Hello, Shining Ones. Megas here on a beautiful day in Asha. If you're brand new to the channel, we're Zoroastrians. We are the Magi. And today I want to talk about a message I got from Jesus. And now we are the Magi. We are not Christians, but we love Jesus. And in that place between awake and asleep, you might call it meditation, you might call it trance, but I saw in vision Jesus so perfectly. And I asked him, what is this world all about? It's the question I always wanted to know. And finally I had an audience with Jesus, and he looked me in the eyes with love, and he said, it's to know the real above all real. And I understood what that meant. My friends, I knew it from Vohu Menu, that God mind, that Christ mind, that divine spark for Vashi that is in us. I knew what he was saying. And he's saying to know the real, to be the real. My friends, to be good, to be God. In our religion, God and good are the same thing. He is telling us to be one with God, to be God, to be the light that runs out the darkness, to be the love that hate, fear, greed, violence, war cannot live in. My friends, and as we be that, we know that, we create it, we experience in this planet we call Earth. Beautiful, so powerful. Grab your book, Asha. Go to Asha 2. Asha 2 says, know, we probably can't read it in my book there, but know only good. Know only God. Know only real. Don't know the lie. Don't know the illusion. Don't know the evil. Don't know the mix. Don't know good and bad. Know only the good. Know only the real that's above all that seems real. My friends, that's how you experience it. You know, we talked about what you know you create. But it's more than that. It's what you experience. You know, you're not so much creating it as experiencing it. It's already there. It's the only thing that could come from the perfect creator's perfect mind is perfection. That's what's real. My friends, the devil, hell, separation, evil, it's not real. My friends, it's just a bad idea. It's a bad thought. Oh, I hope you're getting this. You know, Asha 2, there's significance even in the numbering of these statements and teachings as the second of all numbers. It's the symbolism for union. It seeks to end separation and unite all for the greater good. It's that alchemy. It's that message of Jesus that you and God good are one. What did Jesus do? He restored God's image. People had a wrong idea of who God is with wrong stories, wrong thoughts, wrong ideas. They were taught in those false religions that God can get angry, jealous, hate, war, kill men, women, and children. Horrible stories. And if you're sensitive, like I am, those stories, even from a child, you knew were off. Even though mommy and daddy, grandma and grandpa, the pastor, preacher, whatever that was said to represent God, said this is God, you knew something was off. You know, we've talked about this, that from my studies year after year of helping people heal, that we've healed more people from OCD than I'm guessing probably any psychiatrist ever has or any medication. And I found that OCD is brought on by the Bible, by the Quran, but by people believing that the highest good isn't that good, that it's mixed. You know, those stories to me are complete blasphemy. They are talking horrible about who God is. My friends, those stories, I'm not going to go through them. We've been talking about, especially this last week, I've been hitting on them hard, but they're not good. They're not God. And in our religion, the original monotheistic religion, God and good are the same thing. It's that highest principle. You got to understand this. There's a difference from God good and better than, right? We've talked about this before. There's different scenarios where it's just better than the alternative, but they're still not God good. They're still not heaven on earth. And you've seen that in different things where, maybe there was a child molester and someone intervened and shot him in the head and they said, thank God. Right? That's just better than shooting them in the head and getting rid of that molester was better than what would have happened. But the highest principle, God good, it's the perfect creator's perfect idea, right? It's Asha 5. The only thing that could come from a perfect creator's perfect mind is perfection and bliss and love and protection and peace. Heaven on earth, order, harmony, Asha. The very Spirit of God that you live in and lives in you. That's God. That's what's real. Those other things that aren't the perfect perfection, right? They're not real. They're not God. They're not good. They might be better than, you could probably in your own mind think of in your own life things that you can think of that are better than, right? But it's not God. And we need to go back to that original idea, that original God that is just good, to know only good and to be that. So we have to restore God's image to that perfect perfection, that pure light, unmixed, undefiled, undiluted, and then we be that, my friends, and then we will experience that. So how God can you be? How good can you be? How real can you be? How me, talking about yourself, how me can I be? Who am I? The very first prayer ever written down, I love it so much. The first time anyone put ink to paper, here's the first prayer written down. It says, I am the immortal soul. I am too great to be overcome. It says, circle of oath, insurmountable divine circle of oath, heaven and earth's unaltered circle by oath. Get this, God is one and cannot be changed. Here's what I want you to see. God and man shall not be divided. Right? Remember in the Avesta, when the evil spirit was saying that he was going to separate God from man, what did God say? You cannot separate me from my creation. It's impossible. You cannot be separated. My friends, I need you to see this. The devil is not real. Hell is not real. Separation from your good, your God, is not real. It's just a bad idea, a bad thought. Here's what you need to do. Have a good thought. Have a God thought and hold it. My friends, in all the different areas of your life, start working it out. Start working out that God good, that real in every area of your life, the best you can. My friends, and there's no failure. Even if you just worked out in one area of your life, my friends, you've moved that needle to light, to positivity, to truth. You left this earth better for the generations to come. There's more I want to talk about, but sometimes longer videos aren't the best for this channel. But I am going to touch on this. For whoever is here. We're 9 minutes in. Timmy's here. And that's what I want to talk to Timmy. And many of you also that came through for me this week. Magus was exhausted. Matter of fact, last night I went on my messages and I left a message to Timmy just thanking her. I was telling her, I don't know if I got any more YouTube videos in me. I poured out everything I have. I'm so tired. I'm thinking about just going and playing, going surfing, going hiking in the mountains, riding my motorcycles, just playing, But I wanted to thank Timmy for always being there. You know, when Dorothy died, I didn't know if I was going to have anyone to replace Dorothy. She was my cheerleader. Keep going, Megas. I'm proud of you. You got this. And you know, Timmy, she stepped up and she's there every day, loving me, encouraging me. And not just me, you guys too. Sending you blessings and love, encouragement. I'm so grateful. You know, and then as usually happens when I'm thinking about giving up on YouTube, I mean, new people that I had never even heard of coming through saying, I love you, Megas. You don't know what that means to me. And then some of my old timers I haven't seen for a while show up. Always right when I'm needing it. Love you, Megas. Thank you. You meant something in my life. This message of Asha, even though I'm not here all the time, thank you. Means the world to me, guys. You know, and I just saw, I don't watch a lot of news. You guys know this, so I rarely know what's going on. But sometimes if I jump on a computer just across my homepage's news, and I see there's a bunch of truckers all merging into Texas to stand up for fighting for that protection of the border. You know, and I started thinking about, you know, at first it kind of made me laugh because didn't that happen up like in Canada, like the truckers all united? And it's funny to me because when I left high school, I started my own payphone business. I was making, I mean, as a teenager, money hand over fist, my friends, putting up payphones in truck stops and liquor stores and bad areas, you know, and then I just go and collect the quarters. Any of you still remember payphones before the cell phone, my friend? And I remember being at the truck stops, and I never thought of them as like freedom fighters. They scared me a little bit, you know, and so this is something that happened, but got me thinking of everyone kind of has a hill to die on that they're willing to put their life energy into. And so I'm trying to find this balance of play and then my life's mission to get Asha to the world, the original word, because it heals. It heals people from OCD and mental torment, and it makes the world a better place. And so I'm finding that balance. But it's funny. So like for these truckers, their hill to die on is border security, you know, and you'll see that with abortion or just whatever thing gets people that's their passion, that's their cause, you know, and mine is Asha. It's that original word because it's brought so much healing to me. It got me out of a hell in my own mind. And many of you have that same testimony now of what Asha means to you. And once you live in the real and you experience it, all that fear is gone. That fear that we got from the Bible and those wrong stories or the Quran or whatever religion. I mean, this message goes all around the world, and many of you have come from different religions, but it was one of the religions and books that came up after our original word, and they changed it, and they mixed God with good and evil, love and hate, peace and war, and it never set right in your heart of hearts. You always know that's not God. That's not the highest good. And so, my friends, if we can start to be real, be God, be good, be me, be your true self, and create that reality from your real self. Right? We'll create the world we want to see from the real me, the one that can never be separated from God, the one that is good. And we're not our past failures, mistakes, sins, errors. We knew when we came into a body that we would be born, right? In our very DNA, we're going to be addictions and anger issues and perversions and all these things we experience. But that's not who we are. We came to change that with who we are. Inside our heart of hearts, that divine spark, that Fravashi, that God, my friends, that light. We're going to run that darkness first out of ourselves, and then we're going to change the world. Let's end with Asha 13. The original word, that's what's in you and is you. That Asha, that truth, that light. The original word is all good comes from the Creator, and no evil comes from Him. From this original word is the spiritual world made straight, me put back into order, and then the world brought into order. The original word of false religion is that evil comes from the Creator, and this false idea is all the evil that creatures suffer. My friends, it's time for us to align and shine. Be that light that runs out the darkness. Be that pure love that hate, fear, greed, violence, the lie and illusion, devils and hell, false gods. They can't live in this love. Our light is too bright for those Jehovahs and Allahs and Shiva the Destroyers and those horrible stories. Those horrible stories can't live in our story of truth and light and love and peace and kindness. We shine too bright for that. We are the Magi. The Magi show up and the world changes every time. We point people to Jesus, not to Christianity, to Jesus, not to Jehovah, to the loving Father, to that all good Spirit. And as we take that loving parent, that original word, that word of Jesus that you and God good are one and cannot be separated, and we hold that, my friends, that's the salvation of the world. We be the light, we hold the light, we protect the child, Asha, with all that we have, and we will experience it. And really, we're just stepping into it because it already is. The only thing that could come from a perfect Creator's perfect mind is perfection. That's our reason. And you must have a reason to believe. Otherwise, right, you're just hoping, begging. Wouldn't that be nice? We have a reason to believe. God is good. And we are one with that God good. When we have that realization, I come from good spirit and I'm made of good spirit. Right? Our frequency rises and we are a mighty spiritual force creating in that plastic medium, changing the world back to what it is. How do we do that? We just remove the bad thoughts, the wrong ideas, the wrong thoughts, the lies. We expose the lies. Hey, world, God is just good. Sorry you've been lied to, but he doesn't get angry, jealous, hate, war, kill men, women, and children. He doesn't allow slaves and sex slaves. Those stories you heard about God, they're not good. They're not real. Let me show you the real. Experience the real. So simple. And it'll resonate with what's in your heart of hearts. God and good are the same thing. If it ain't good, it ain't God. You know, and I have a lot of wonderful friends I love so much, family members even, that their Bibles, they can justify every horrible story in it, and I can't change their mind. And I think it's sad, but the fear has been implanted so deep into them, my friends, and they'll take the worst story I bring up to them, and they'll have some justification. And I think the saddest one is they'll say they know that's wrong, but God's ways are higher than our ways. That's not higher, and that's so sad to me. That you think something horrible and evil is higher and better than what we as humans know. They think, how dare a human question their Jehovahs and their Allahs? My friends, it's not you, like the ego that's questioning it. It's that divine spark, that pure God good in you that's saying, those stories ain't right. Those gods ain't right. You know it in your heart of hearts. Maybe that's enough, huh? All right, guys. I love you so much. I'm still here. Thought I had quit YouTube, but Spirit just, this message was on me so strong. And you know what I'll do? I'll just go play today. You know, I'll do my work and then I'll go out and maybe go for a hike in the beautiful mountains and commune with nature and have fun. I went sledding the other day. Here I'm 53 years old, out in my front hill, giggling like a school child, going sledding. Come in, have some hot cocoa. I'm sitting here in my study with all my books that I love so much. Life is beautiful. My friends, let's create the real from the real me. Let's experience it. It's already there, guys. That highest principle of good. Let's start working that out in every area of our lives. Magi, so proud of you. I love you so much. Be blessed. If you enjoyed this, let me know. Every time you guys tell me you love me, keep going. Thank you, Megas. Sharing your testimony, it means the world to me. Keeps me going. I love you guys.